Alright, this video is going to be on calibrating a Watson Marlow pump. Most of the Watson Marlows are now operating all the exact same type of system of how to do a calibration. So first things first, we're going to want to make sure that our pump is in manual mode. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fill our calibration column. So in order to do that, we're going to close our discharge. For this particular setup that we've got here, you can either pour liquid into it or we can actually feed through and fill our calibration column. So we'll go ahead and open up our filling valve for the calibration column. Go ahead and start running the pump. Also, there's this nice feature for max button, so we can max this pump out and speed the process up. So that should be enough volume that we should need for this. So we'll go ahead and stop the pump. At that time, we go ahead and close our fill for our calibration column. We're going to close our inlet valve, open the feed of our calibration column. We're going to go ahead and make sure we open our discharge. And I always tell people, let's make sure that we run this for a little bit, just in case we've got any air trapped in this line, so that way we make sure that we get an accurate calibration. So run it for a little bit. We're going to make sure that we can see our line going down. So at that time, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the mode button. We're going to go into flow calibration. We're going to adjust for our mils per minute. So you want to calibrate at where your normal feed operation is going to be. So let's just say for this instance that it was going to be at 40 mils per minute. So then we're going to hit enter. And it's going to give us the cue right on the screen of what to hit next. But the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we record where our starting point was. So for this, we are at 300 mils. So at this point, we just go ahead and hit the start button. The nice thing is we don't need to have a timer. We don't need to have anything else with this pump. It's going to start recording what our drawdown was. So therefore, we don't have to do anything with time. So we'll let that run for a while. And the biggest thing too is the longer that we do let this do a calibration, the more accurate it's going to be. So, let's say 30 seconds or more is what would be applicable for this operation. So if you had a calibration column that maybe was a little size too small, cut it in half to 30 seconds would be fine. And us knowing that it was a 40 mil drawdown, so we know that at least we're over a minute. But we're gonna, since we started off at a nice number, we'll stop it at the roughly the 50. So go ahead and stop and continue. And what it's saying here is the calibration accuracy improves with higher volumes, and you're always going to get that note on there. It's just reminding you that the longer you run it, the more accurate it's going to be. So we'll hit continue. So at this point, we would just hit the up and down arrows to how many mils it actually pumps. So on here, it's looking like that we actually hit exactly that 55 mils per minute. So we don't have to do anything. But if we were off a little bit, we'd just hit the up or down arrow keys and select where we needed to be. We go ahead and hit enter. And then now it's saying that we're 6.67 mils per revolution. So we go ahead and accept that. And that's how you calibrate the Watson Marlow in calibration mode. Thank you. This ends this video.